Welcome to Alpha Proto. I'm Alpha Proto, and today it's a sad day because I lost my uncle, one of my uncles. He'd been in a nursing home for a while now, but that doesn't that make I don't know that I don't know if that makes it easier or not. But I'm just I don't want to think about it too much. I don't want to make the stream a downer, so I'm going to be positive. Um, I haven't streamed the whole week because there's been some stuff going on in the family and everything, and it hasn't been cool. I haven't liked it. A lot of stress, a lot of everything's been topsy turvy, you know. So I already got my laptop up so I can actually watch the stream and stuff. I'm actually watching myself as you watch me, so this is pretty cool. I got the chat here too. So I got chat and I've got the stream, so I'm gonna go back and forth between everything. I've got I'm broadcasting from up here, and I got the music here. I've got my monitor here, my Cintiq Wacom UX21, and I've got my laptop here with the chat. I did use my phone for the chat, but I think that this is just better. I can see it easier, and I don't have to worry about the power cord falling out, and I can see how the stream is going. So this is pretty good. I've been keeping myself mentally occupied. Something that helps me relax is, arts and crafts stuff, but it's mostly action figure photography. I love that stuff. I could get lost into that, just send up scenes, take photos of it. Hasbro came out with this, and it had no paint on it hardly. It was ridiculous. I got this cheap. It's King Sphinx from Power Rangers. I painted this up, put a flat matte paint on it, painted the nose, painted the mouth, painted this, these, this, toes. So this looks premium now. This Iron Man, I painted all this red, all the red area. It's not chrome. It's just a metallic red, and then I put a matte finish on it. It looked all right the way it was. Repulsor blast, photon cannon. Here's my son, I'm the best. But it was like the swirly metallic plastic, and I didn't like the way it looked. It just took me out of it. I've got a burp. That's why I'm talking like this. Sorry. When I get this look on my face, it's me trying not to burp. Sorry about that. That didn't help that much. I think I can hear this. Let me turn my speakers down. I don't know if it's getting picked up by... No, because I got my headset and stuff plugged in there. Anyway, yeah, I painted this. Looks good. Marvel Superheroes, classic Capcom. One thing I did, that I think it's a good... I don't know. Okay, I bought a Demon Slayer figure, and I have a Link figure, so I needed some... Not Demon Slayer, a Goblin Slayer. I needed some goblins, so I got this Mythic Legions goblin, and it comes with this armor and stuff, but what I wanted was this head, so I can cast it in for multiple heads, and I can have a lot of goblins. So this body is a Gimli figure. I got it from eBay for $2. I got a Gimli figure with working karate chop action for $2. I didn't know. When I saw it, I was like, really? What? I can get a whole figure for $2? Gimli from Lord of the Rings to Troll. So this is why I got the Mythic Legions Goblin, because it came with this head. They're swappable. So when I saw that I could get a whole figure, he's a short character. He's a troll. He's a dwarf. Sorry to the dwarf community out there. But this is a troll, because I put the troll head on it. I took the Gimli head off. So I bought a bunch of them. I imported them from China. I imported a whole bunch of Gimlis and popped their heads off. And I've got some thermoplastic. It looks weird. It's thermoplastic. I added some kind of grayish green mix tint to it. So yeah, I'm gonna have army of like 10 trolls, and then I'm gonna have like Link from Legend of Zelda. I have that SH Figuarts or Figma, either one of them. Anyway, I'm kind of on a, this is sidetracked. I'm just letting you know, it's something I could focus on. It's like I could focus on this art, sure, but something tangible in my hands that I could work on. It's calming. I kind of shake. It's when you have to put your focus towards painting something. It's like every line you have to breathe with it, or I end up holding my breath most of the time when I'm painting by hand or inking a picture. I'm gonna do some animation. I've decided I want to, try some traditional animation. So what I did was I got this ruler, one ruler, and some wooden dowels, and I put them in here, and I got a hole puncher. So now I can flip through paper. See how I do traditionally. This is just printer paper, but I hole punched it, and like these rulers have holes in them they could be put in a binder, so it all comes together. It's like I just need to mount this onto something to hold it down, and I can do some flipping animation. I'm gonna do it again. That was nice. Let's do that one more time, okay? So even if you don't have a computer, you can do some animation. All you need is a cell phone, download an app, mount your camera on something, this or a tripod or something, and hole puncher, a ruler, and some pegs. Boom! There you could do some traditional hand-drawn animation. But what we're going to be doing tonight is pixel art. We're going to be working. Oh, that's cool. Anyway, we're going to be working on Neko Majin Z again. Oh yeah, I put a Texas flag on my hat. This is actually the hat I always wear, but that's the other side. It's brimless. It's a brimless hat. I saw Alex Mack back in the 90s wearing this, and I was like, no one wears those hats. I think I want to pick that up. I want to wear one of these hats. Plus, it looks kind of like Pilov's hat. Emperor Pilov's hat, But yeah, I guess this is pretty cool. Another reason I put this flag on here is because in yellow stitching, right here, across here, it said, stunning. I was like, okay, that's kind of, I don't know, flamboyant, feminine, probably, Maybe these hats are stuff women wear. I mean, Alex Mack was wearing it, but I thought that was really cool. I can like lay down, like I can wear my hat like this and lay down on a pillow or on my bed without the brim of my hat, So I thought that was a good idea. I thought it was cool. Plus, nobody else wears these, so I think it's a good look. Anyway, I'm gonna show off the Texas flag that I got on here. I actually got a bag of iron-on Texas flags. I got 10 of them for $8 on Amazon, so I put them on my shirts and all that stuff, just represent, Anyway, yeah, Neko Majin Z. It's been a while since I've actually worked on this character. I think it may have been more or less, I think I worked on a few moves earlier this year. But it's been a process. I'm going to show you all the sprite sheet. I don't think that's too big of a spoiler. I think you'll all appreciate me showing you this. So let me just grab over here and there you go. Here it is, everybody. This is all the animations I did. I've actually gone through every one of these sprites and edited the face of Neko Majin Z on every single one of these. It's a new face and new color separation. I made the shirt, this area right here, the shirt's purple now because I'm not colorblind, but my tone depth is like really bad. So instead of the shirt being blue, I put the blue on the feet to separate it from Neko's blue fur. So everything should show up a lot easier because even though I was told that the character needed to be color separated, and I was like, okay, I could do that. But there were a lot of instances of me just putting the wrong color in the wrong spot, and it happened a lot. So I needed to do something to get around that, because otherwise it would just be a problem the entire time I worked on this character. So yeah, here's the stance. I should actually label all this. Here's the crouching, forward walk, dash. I don't know if I'll keep this dash. I might keep this as an air dash. No, wait, I have an air dash already. I might make a run. You know, make him run like Leona does on all fours. Not sure. I don't know. That's a lot of work. I mean, this was just an edit. These frames are for turning. This is for crouch turn. I don't know what that is for. It's color palette. This is the icon. This is the win. I forgot who made this, but yeah, this is the dash, forward, back dash. I'm just gonna show you all this stuff. I don't think anyone's gonna be able to take this low quality video and make a sprite sheet out of Neko Majin Z. If you do, I commend you. And if you take the time to actually make a character out of all these sprites, again, I commend you. Good job. It's very blurry. You know what? I'll keep it about this. I actually have more sprites on my DeviantArt page, so if you want to mock up your own Neko Majin Z I2, ZI2 probably, yeah, go ahead and do that. I ain't gonna hate. They're old sprites. Like, I actually adjusted. I took a break from this and I worked on Pilaf. I was helping with Jiren and some stages with Team Z2, but I was still working on this. I've been working on this since 2015. And after I made this sprite sheet, this final sprite sheet, I went through I edited every sprite on the sprite sheet. I didn't actually cut these out and make new animations for them. I actually edited them on the sprite sheet. Like, the character was getting really big on some frames, so I went through and fixed that. I took care of it, you know. I'm a fixer, right? I fix stuff, you know. I took care of it, you know. I know a guy, he'll take care of it. This is my block frame. Oh boy. I actually put this impact on the block. It's not just one frame. I mean 2 frames. Or 1 frame. Actually, when he gets hit, it reverberates through him. Blah. Blah. It'd be cool if that was a Z2 standard, but I don't know if anybody wants to go through that problem. Twisting frames. I didn't really do the twist correctly. At front, side, back, forward, you know, front, side, back. I did that. What you're supposed to do is have legs opposite to his body and stuff. I don't know. He has a tail, so if he's spinning in the wrong direction, it's supposed to wrap around him and stuff, you know. Also, this hit frame, it's kind of weird. Like, I thought it would freeze on like this when he's getting hit, but it freezes on this. Yeah, I changed a lot of I think I changed pretty much every one of these animations. Slightly, because I went and color edited everything. I know people say go to Fight Factory and adjust the coloring, but having them all on a sheet, I was able to lasso all these areas. Like, everything I turned purple, I went through with the lasso tool and I changed all the colors at once. All the colors I needed to change to color separate, I did it all at once from the sheet. I don't even know if I like this move. I really want to get rid of it. I don't like it. I got feedback that, you know, people, you know, it wasn't that, it looked weird. But I wanted something unique and I just went with it. It was a lot of work too. Look at all these frames. I ended up making this jumping spin kick. I think that Bo uses that. Bow. King of Fighters. Well, you know, I reference a lot for Arale. I need to get back to working on Arale. But yeah, lots of moves, lots of animations. And the reason I have this open is so I can make a new attack. I was suggested the chicken jump that Oro does, which is this attack. It's called the chicken kick or chicken attack or something. Chicken kick. Just to give Neko more tools to work with. My problem with Neko is I don't think he's very fun. I didn't conceive the character all the way through. I really just wanted to make him a clone of Goku, Z2 Goku, with some priority adjustments like Ken is to Ryu, or more like Sakura to Sakura to Ryu, you know, because he's a student. And now he's something else. He's unique, that's for sure. But I don't have fun playing with the character. Here's some wind poses and intros and some curses. I think I've shared most of this, but there's some new stuff in here. I'm not gonna really explain it. When he actually becomes a full character, you will all see. Y'all know what's up. Anyway, here's the height chart again. Don't know if I really need the height chart to work with. But it's nice, you know, height chart. It's good to have reference for all the characters. So I'm going to make this kick part. He's not going to do this full animation from the ground. It's going to be more like how Chun-Li jumps, and then she can hop on people's heads, I guess. This is just going to be Neko doing this kicking part. So I'm going to reference, I'm going to reference this pose. He kicks with this leg, pulls up, kicks with the other leg, pulls up. And from what I've been learning from AMB Animations, you know, live streams, his courses, and just, you know, I think this is called favoring keys. Like, this is a key, this is a key, this is fate. I think this is the extreme, this is the key. That's a key, or extreme. That's an extreme with the blur. Then it's a. So I only need about. I think I may need this kind of pose. And then I need the kick, and then the relaxing into it. I don't know. I really need to do more training. I have the program. I bought the program like years ago. I think I got it like AMB's program, training program. I think I got it 4 years ago, when I actually had a lot of money to spend. I went for it. I was like, "Yep, I need this now. I don't know when I'm gonna get the time to do this, but I'm gonna do it." So I got AMB's program, and that's what I've been meaning to train. But mostly I've been watching his streams, watching his analyzing of videos. I think I went through the beginner's course, but I didn't do it right. I think you're supposed to draw along with him. I just watch. I end up watching people do stuff. That's the problem with me and my stream, like in streaming in general. I just end up watching people do stuff, and I don't actually do it. Okay, I'm gonna restream on here because it says 3 people are watching the stream. I appreciate it. You know, if anyone has, wants to raise their hand and say hi, that'd be nice. I'm going to check out my Okay, that was a month ago. Okay, last 11 days ago, It's Trap Production donated $5. That was cool. Gaming Nook raided with a party of 8 last time. That was cool. That was a lot of people in here. I don't know if I've had that many people. But the problem was Twitch. My Twitch account doesn't. I think I just pressed that button. I don't think that just happened. I must have pressed that button. So let me check this. I gotta go full screen. I don't know what that says. Yeah. This Trap Productions donated $5 11 days ago. Not just now. That was from 11 days ago. And Kyota Izuma subscribed, so I appreciate that. Thank you. That just happened now? Did I double click it? Is that a glitch? A glitch in the Matrix? Anyway, yeah, Oro. This animation isn't difficult to do. You just gotta get your keys right. I don't want to make the legs too long. I didn't know if I wanted to use this animation. There were some suggestions about maybe his toes could come out of his shoes and claw them up. I thought about having him actually just do a dive, similar move, but a dive scratch. I'm still thinking about doing that, depending on how this looks. I'll just do some, I'll do some tests, I guess. If it doesn't look good, we could always do something else. It's not gonna take so long to make. Like, this is the forward jump, and that's, so I guess. Okay, let me bring back up the chat. I apologize. All right, there, chat. I got a bunch of green tea in here. Mango flavored green tea. It's like the Lipton kind, but it's a store brand. Don't want to dox myself. Well, I'm in Texas. It's HEB brand. HEB brand, mango diet green tea. This stuff has a whole bunch of, it's like a lot of vitamin C per bottle. And there's 2 bottles in here. All right. I want my keyframes to read good on this special. Like I said, I thought about having him dive down and scratch from the air, like Karai. That's how you say the name. I kept thinking Carrie, and it's Karai. Because that's how I used to when I first saw the character. First time I ever saw the Karai from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was in Tournament Fighters. I had never heard of that character. I thought it was a guy. Like, she's like 7 feet tall in that game. She's huge. But that's just a visual way to represent that, you know, she's a boss. She's a threat, you know? Like, she's up there. And yeah, she was intimidating. I was like, wow, who is this? Plus, her voice sounds kind of masculine in the game. It must be the echo. It just didn't read clear. But yeah, my concern is I'd have this front flip. It's not a side view front flip. I keep thinking that this right here looks too much like the chicken kicks. I want it to be clearly readable that he's doing an attack. Not that he's just jumping forward. I don't want it to be ambiguous between the jumping forward or jumping backwards in the attack. I may just leave it in the concept phase. I think I'll do 2. I'll do one that kicks, and I'll do one that scratches, because from what you could see, it's 1. It's the 1, 2, extreme and a key, extreme, and a key, and that's it. So it's just four strikes. It's like 4 sprites. I need 4 sprites for animation. That shouldn't take too long just to sketch out and see which looks better. And I don't know if you want, I think I might let y'all decide which is better. So what I'm going to do is, I guess, this jumping forward. No, landing forward. I think that's the best reference for height and stuff. Gotta make sure it's a different stance. But I've gotta maintain the height. I think I stretched them out a little bit on this. I may need to go with this one. I will just wait. Dang. Okay. I goofed. I done goofed up. Because this is supposed to be the background, but sure, whatever. Whatever. Dun dun dun. This is kind of a waste of time. I should just turn it into a background layer like I was going to. Oh, I moved it too far. Yeah, whatever. Let's not waste too much time. That wasn't what I meant to do. I meant to do this. Now press D. There. Now select all. Copy. Go over there. Put that there. Now, rename this BG for background. Going to lock this layer. Then I'm going to make a new layer. I don't know how to do it the fast way. Let's get rid of these. Okay, cool. It's empty. I don't see anything. Anyway. Let's copy this. Go here. Paste. I guess I could use these lines to measure where everything is. Right. Then go here. Deselect. Copy. Go back here. Go here. The onion skin is not working. Okay. Is it because of the background? Guess so. I don't know why. Okay, let's properties. All right, let's do this then. Red and blue tint. Dang. Anyway, I don't know why I did that. Let's get rid of this stuff. I didn't know that the background was there still. Wasn't on the other layer. There. That's not a problem anymore. That's why the onion skin wasn't working, because I had the background in there. Alright. Now the onion skin is of that character is red. I can't tell which one it was. Okay. Cool. Alright. There we go. Okay. Frame priorities. Yeah, 100. I usually do duration of 100 milliseconds. I don't know how many quarters or fractions of a second that is. I wish this did have an option for like 24 FPS or 60 FPS or 30 FPS or 12 or 4 FPS, but it doesn't. There we go. So that's how he kind of cruises through the air at 100 milliseconds. While he's, you know, after he completes the full rotation of jumping forward. So this is actually taking off into the air. These loop. Then it goes, when he hits the apex of the jump, he goes here, and then goes to this. And what I need to do is make sure that these kicks don't look too much like these frames. And just to make sure that I don't lose this animation or save it as something weird, I'm going to go to this camera and I'm going to save this as a, I guess I'll save it as an ASE file and name it Chicken Kicks, Neko Majin Z Chicken Kicks. I don't want to show any spoilers, so you have to look at my face. All right, let's go back. Neko Majin Z / chicken 01. There we go. Now it's not the, but let's do this. What the crap? Wait, did you just see all the, did I just spoil a bunch of stuff? Wait, let me check this out. What did I just do? Did you actually watch me save that? The whole point was me going to my face and then... Alright, that's good. I don't think you saw anything. Alright. Wow, this is a lifesaver. I would have had to go back through the stream after I was done and then make sure I deleted stuff. Or cut stuff out of the stream so no one can see what just happened. But nothing happened, so everything's good. Okay, let's do that wipe again. Alright, that's cool. And we'll put this here. Alright, that's cool. Everything's cool. How's my volume? Am I too loud? Am I loud enough? Can you hear the music? Is the music low enough? You know, just let me know. How are my levels with the music and everything? Because from what I can see on the OBS, I'm loud. I don't know if I'm loud enough. Or if the music's just not even hearable. Because there are times when I'm not talking. So far, not so much. I've been talking a lot, but for those times I'm not talking, you know, it's good to have something to actually be able to hear and listen to. Instead of just dead air. But yeah, I'll keep this here. And from the looks of it, I've got to make sure that it's no taller than this. Like, that's pretty interesting. This turns out to be as tall as Goku. Well, Vegeta. Well, I don't know. Tall. Okay, that's cool though. That's cool. Well, let's sketch out some stuff. I'm going to use this orange, this brightest orange, because it's just easier to see. So what I need to do is put this. Yeah, that'll work. Let's keep it over here. I actually like having my reference on the right side. If I can make that a thing. Okay. Ugh. I don't know, it's something irksome about having my reference on the left. It's like I like working to the left and then having my reference to the right. It's just a thing I do. All right, let's look at, this is Oro's pose right here. Got to make sure that this pose doesn't look too much like, I guess, this. Because the forward jump, he has his arms to his sides. And here he has his arms to his sides. I guess... Or is it this? Make sure it doesn't look too much like this. If I do the move in profile, this is like a 3/4 view. So if I turn the character profile into a profile view, I think that may make it read as a different stance, style, attack, whatever. All right. His head's about this big. He's crouching. Oh no, this is a rough, so I guess this is 3/4, so let's turn them side view. Maybe that'll fix it. Sometimes I make this character too small. I think I'm drawing too much. I need to loosen up, just scratch all over this thing like sketch. Keep the hand movement. Like, keep the hand moving. Just the hand-eye coordination thing. This is something AMB does. Just hand-eye coordination. Just keep my hand moving so I don't have to think too much. So let's I'll clean it up later. Yeah. Clean up later. Okay. I guess the ears will be like this. Turn to a little butterball. It's a good silhouette for the character. Maybe if I change his hands. Maybe if his hands are like Oro's in a kind of flat. It won't read his fists, so. Right. There's actually there's someone I follow on Instagram, and I follow him on Instagram and Twitter. He has a character named Space Gina, and he's collaborating with Toon Boom on a contest. I'm gonna adjust this. And B said that don't do this, but I'm just trying to save some time, you know. This is just well, it's bad for training, but this is a hobby right here. What if I put both hands back here? That's pretty cool. And if I kind of bend the elbows, they can kind of stretch out for each kick, kind of like a boom, boom. I'm just thinking the stuff out, you know. I'm just making it up as I go along. I've actually been holding off on this move, this attack, because I wanted to get it right. There's so much trial and error with this character. There's a bunch of moves that are in this character that I'm like, no, that doesn't work. I'm gonna have to replace that, or no, that doesn't work. I need something better. I'm gonna replace that, and I keep doing that. I've really learned my lesson as far as like producing a character, designing a character, because I've made up I've made moves and they just don't work with the playstyle. It doesn't. It's not fun. It's like there's no cohesion between all the moves. Like if I was making a Shoto character, like I was planning on, there's a style of a Shoto. He has anti-air, Shoryukens. He zones people out. He keeps people away, and when they jump in, he Shoryukens them. And if he needs to cover ground real fast, he does the Tatsumaki Senpu Kyaku to go across the screen. Um, with Guile, he crouches, he keeps you away with sonic booms, and if you try to come in, he flash kicks you. There's certain styles, to characters, and this character's weird. It's very. The only way I can really describe the character is unorthodox at the moment. I don't. There's. It doesn't feel cohesive. It's just. I guess that's a way to keep the character to original and unique. Like he doesn't play like anybody else, but at the same time, it's like, is it fun to play this? Anyway, I'm gonna clean this up a little bit, just to see if I can see what's going on, just to make sure I know what's going on. Now let's have the bottom of the foot right here. I'm actually seeing forms that I did not see when I was sketching this. It's like my brain was doing it and I didn't know that it was here. I don't know. It's weird. I might be. I don't know what I'm talking about now, do I? This arm, it's kind of weird. Okay. It's kind of a rubber hosey arm. Actually, the elbow would not bend that way, would it? Well, it depends. But yeah, I tried to keep this character kind of rubber hosey, because he is a gag-based character. Gag manga. That's maybe the thing that's throwing me off. I didn't really want to lean into the gag aspect. I wanted, to be. I wanted him to be clear that he's a disciple of Goku, just like Oob. I wanted him to be as serious as Oob, his other disciple, and Pan, his other disciple. It's interesting. If you've watched if you've heard of what's some spoilers in the new Dragon Ball movie that hasn't been released in America yet, and will be in August. The movie I didn't get to audition for. Let's make these boots a little smaller. I look at these tiny feet, and I think I might have overdone the boot height a little. I'm just trying to block out the pose. Okay, I guess I'll do a curl tail. And then every time he kicks, he'll straighten out. These ears are too high. I think I want them low. Should probably just redraw it. Man, I'm making some bad habits, aren't I? Let's not do that. Okay. Put his head into his chest. Round up his head some more. How are y'all liking this music? The synth wave stuff. I like it ironically. Because I grew up. Oh, I've got mail. I grew up with this kind of music. Well, I didn't actually. No, I didn't grow up with this kind of music. They played it a little in Knight Rider, but for the most part, Knight Rider didn't. I don't know. I never noticed it. I guess it was in Knight Rider. The whole theme is synthwave, isn't it? Interesting. Miami Vice had a little of this, but I don't remember. Miami Vice's intro wasn't synthwave. It was rock. It was hard rock. It wasn't metal, but it was hard rock. Like A-Team, um, that had some guitar riffs in it, but it was. I don't know what kind of music they call that. The A-Team intro. Because it had horns and stuff. It's kind of a big bandy feel to it. Actually, really, I've always liked music like that. Like MacGyver's theme and all that stuff. That big band feel. Just something off about this. Oh, the stomach. The stomach. I really don't think that Neko Majin Z's stomach is that big. I think he's actually a little skinnier than I had been making him. Because I really leaned into the fat cat aspect. I really thought he was a really fat cat, but under closer inspection, he's a little round, but he's he's just wide. Like, I thought he was like really fat. But the more I leaned into the fat aspect, it didn't really work. I don't think he's that fat. He's just kind of stubby. So I think I may have slimmed him down on most of these animations. This one, he's still kind of big looking. See? I think from the side view, he's a little thinner. Like, this is one of the newest attacks I've made. And I made this to replace this. It was too many frames. It was awkward. Didn't make any sense. It hit right here. Then the follow through was 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 frames of recovery. Startup is 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 frames of startup and 4 frames of recovery. That's a lot. Well, it's a heavy attack though, so I guess that works. But it's not worth it. It just looks weird. Where's the hitbox? Like all of this, or would it just be up here? So I replaced it with this 1, 2, 3, and then you've got active, like 3 active frames here. I guess. Well, it's like 2 active frames and 1 motion blur. I guess that would be a hit too. So it's 3 active frames, and then it's like 1, 2, 3 recovery. So it's good. It's a better button. This one, it's medium kick. 1, 2, 3. All right, 1, 2 startup. Yeah, probably 3 active and 2 recovery. I don't know if I like this. I was gonna do a actual like calf kick, I guess. Whoa, Barrow. Welcome. Hello. It's a pleasure to have you here. I hope your day's going good. I hope you're having a good day. How are the levels on this volume? If you're listening to it with headphones, how are the levels? Is the music loud enough? Am I loud enough? I usually take about 10 minutes to 20 minutes doing pre-recordings that I go back and listen to. I record, I turn on the music, I make sure everything works, and then I re-watch it until I get the levels the way I want. But I didn't do that. I just started to stream, I'm looking at the bars on the screen and just hoping for the best. But I hope you're doing good. I'm working on Neko Majin Z. Right now I'm going through the sprite sheet. This is sprite sheet 35. I've been working on Neko Majin Z since 2015. And there's no sign of it finishing anytime soon. Unless I really focus. But I didn't design the character right. I did not plan out the character the way I should have. I'm going to keep saying that, you know, just to iterate to everybody. The reason I am not done with this character is because I did not plan out the character correctly. I recommend that anyone who wants to make a Mugen character or a fighting game in general, plan out everything. I worked in a project where there was no game yet, but I was handed a manual to the game. I was going to be... I think I've talked about this before. I don't really want to go into that much detail this time. If anyone was here last time I talked about this, you'll know. It's probably been a few years since I talked about this, so... there was a Kickstarter and Indiegogo and stuff for a project, and the owner of the person running that project came to me. We'd been in communications, and the person in charge of that came to me and with the proposal of a brawler game, because the Indiegogo crowdfunder was going to be for a fighting game. I'm going to keep it vague for the moment because, you know. But anyway, he came to me with the idea of a fighting game. And I was like, no, he had a fighting game that was crowdfunding. He was making good money on it. And it was going to be, as far as he was concerned, it was going to be a success and stuff. He came to me with the spinoff to that game. And that spinoff was going to be a brawler game like Streets of Rage, Bare Knuckle, Final Fight, Double Dragon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and stuff. But the first thing he sent me was a PDF manual, like Super NES based manual on the game that he hadn't even made yet. And he had profiles of all the characters, their heights, their weights. You know, he had a page with the heights, weights, attacks. Come on. I'm streaming. The attacks, the stages, each stage, where it was located, every button, a controller layout with the buttons. I was like, this is the most, this is very well thought. This is the best thought out proposal that someone's ever come to me with. And I was like, wow, this is cool. And that's why I'm telling everyone now, because it just impressed me so much that they had it planned that far. He had the character designs, and what he wanted me to do was to take the character designs, turn them into pixel art. He wanted me to take the concepts of the characters and then turn them into not only just pixel art, but stances. He wanted me to animate the stances. I think he wanted me to animate everything. But I think he also wanted me to not just turn everything into pixel art and animation. I think he wanted me to be the art director. And yeah, I think he wanted me to be the art director to oversee the vision of the game, how everything would look on the screen. And I was looking forward to that, but there was some mismanaged money, and with the fighting game project, he got too ahead of himself. He said he lost his programmer. He was hiring Disney animators. I think he had one Disney animator, and he wanted him to do all the animation for the whole game. And it's like, you have a Disney standard animator, you have him working on this independent game, and you're paying him not independent game rates, you're paying him Disney animator rates per hour. Or I think some people pay per, with me, I think I was paid per sprite on some projects. So that's like animation frame. It's kind of like the Japanese way of doing things. You get paid by the drawing, which is, it's exploitive. But if you're someone trying to make a game independently and trying to save some money and trying to get a good idea of how much money that you're going to have by the end of the project, counting up the amount of frames that you're going to need and not overdoing it or underdoing it, and trying to stay on budget. That that helps. That helps with it. Like if I was making a project out, an independent project, I would charge by frame. But the other thing I would do is I would have everything laid out too. I would actually draw. Yeah, I would do the layouts. I think that's what they're called. I would do the layouts for all the moves, not just leave it to someone else to take a description that I have, a vague description, and work on it for me. I'm gonna freeze this. I don't know. It's something to look at while this goes, but yeah, I'll leave it. Hope it's not slowing anything down. I feel kind of laggy. Yeah, it's chugging a little bit. It's not too big of a problem though. Mi-san says, I hope I'm saying your name right. Mehan, Miss, Mea, me, me-san says hi. I finally made it. Was caught up for a while. Yeah, well, it was mostly me. It's not a good idea to be streaming at like 5 minutes till midnight or 20 minutes till midnight. I started this stream at 9 p.m. Central, I think. Yeah, I didn't actually start streaming until like 14 minutes in. I was just trying to make sure I had sent the social media stuff out. I can't send the link to the stream until the stream starts, so I made sure I got the link. And wow, 50%. Wow, okay, I have to stop this. See if that helps. My virtual memory was like going crazy. I don't think I need it anyway. I've got a good idea of what I want it to look like. But yeah, I was starting my streams late, and it's never a good idea. Well, at least not for me. I think that I'm in Central time zone, and so when it comes down to it, let me change. I don't know if this will make a difference, but on my laptop, I think I might be running on the same network. If I change what network I'm working on. Oh, I'm actually missing a lot of messages. They're actually showing up to my stream late. Lucas Lorenzo is here or was here. ¿Qué porcentaje de Neko tienes, Echo? What percentage of Neko do you have complete? I think I have. It's hard to say. The finishers could take a whole year usually. The finishers are a pain in the butt when it comes to making these characters. Because, you know, they're big sprites. They're like big. Like I could, like technically, if this was a Street Fighter character, Street Fighter Alpha character, I think he would be done. But Hyper Dragon Ball Z has the hypers, it's, you know, hence the name. So the hypers are what are making this take so long. I haven't finished any of the hyper moves, the finishers. So that's what's going to take a long time. Mi-san. I'll say Mi-san. Mi-san says, Neko looks great. As always, his sprites were always so neat. Thank you. The thing about it is, before this character, I really hadn't animated any sprites. I'd been stuck on stances. I'd just do a character, you know, one sprite. Then, if I felt like it, I animate a stance, like Andy Bogart, you know, in a fighting stance. A Deadpool in a fighting stance. I think that, yeah, I had done a whole bunch of single sprites up until that moment. and actually went to Balthazar with just this animation. I was like, hey, can I make a character for Hyper Dragon Ball Z? And he's like, do you have any animations? I mean, have you ever made a character before or done any more animations? Can you show them to me? And I was like, no, this is all I have. And he's like, yeah, actually do some animating and then I'll get back to you. And so that's what I did. He actually recommended that I go to the Mugen Fighting Guild's Z2I forum and work on the character there and get some insight from other people who are making Mugen characters, and it helped me a lot. Without the support of all the other people, you know, I might have just said, well, you know, it's not good enough, I'm going to stop. But instead, people were like, wow, this is good. And I was like, oh, really? This is worth doing. People actually want to see this character. So that's why it's not really dead. It gets put on hold a few times, but this character is not dead. This character is just continuously on hiatus at times. But yeah, this is Sprite Sheet 35. Yep, all these sprites. And now I'm doing a new attack, yeah. But if I have to put a percentage on it, I'll say 80. A perpetual 80. Like the required frames, you know, the required frames are movement and reaction. You know, if someone isn't playing, like just basically crash test dummy status. He'll stand there and he'll get hit. That doesn't take that long. I think I got that done within a year or two. It's the brainstorming, coming up with the attacks. It's what I was saying, the laying out the design of the character is the hardest part. And it comes down to making choices with the character. Iced, he came up with a lot of ideas for this character. I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but, you know, Ice is really convincing. Ice is the guy who designs most of the Hyper Dragon Ball Z characters. And when he comes up with an idea, if he has a vision for something, he's really compelling. He'll make you question your ideas. And that's a good thing, you know. I think he actually said that arguments are good because by arguing, you come to a conclusion. Well, good arguments are productive and come to a conclusion. Like if I didn't like there's sometimes he came up with some attacks and moves I didn't care for. And, you know, we freeze up, but we, you know, have a back and forth discussion. And that's the great thing about having a team to help you out with the ideas. Like, one person may like it and you might hate it. So it's kind of like straw polling. Whatever ideas, you know, if it's popular enough, if enough people like it, then you're the one taking away something that someone likes, you know? You don't want to be the guy who's like, everyone's like, wow, this is great. This is really cool. And you're like, no, I don't like it. But then there's like 7 other people saying, no, yeah, this is good. Don't go ahead and do this. This is going to work out great. If you're the only one who doesn't like it, sometimes you got to put your, you know, put your pride to the side, I guess. That's probably something. And just do what, you know, do what's best for the character. I'm not much of a fighting. I like fighting games because I like the characters, you know. I'm more of a character person than I am gameplay person. I'm not a competitor really. Like, I've been in tournaments. I've won tournaments. Um, but I've never went out of my way to be competitive. I just, I absorb the information. I didn't learn frame counts and all that stuff. I just played the game. Arcade style. Nowadays, people want frame data and all that. Old school. I just feel my way through the characters. Well, it's mostly Blanca. I play Blanca. That's how I won tournaments. There you go. Now you understand. I play Blanca. Blanca chat. I think I have a Blanca somewhere. Oh, there it is. Yep. Excuse me while I grab Blanca. It's a Blanca figurine because Blanca's my good luck character. I'm not Yoshinori Ono, but this character has won me tournaments, and I am grateful that this green man was created. When in doubt, just mash punch, Me Misan says, do you think you'd ever release a demo of sorts for Neko? You mean like Pilaf? Pilaf was released when he wasn't done. But Pilaf was kind of a bonus joke thing. Man, this is weird. About here. I think that I don't know. I think Neko should be finished. I'm so close to having finishers done. I don't want to release the character half done. But then again, Hyper Dragon Ball Z, they release their characters and they're betas. They're all beta. They're all gonna get adjusted and changed constantly. The first Goku is not the Goku that's being played at the moment. I really think that each pack, like the Malice, well, I think that's what it's called now. I think that each pack, like Champ Edition and Majin Edition, I think they should be preserved. Just like people like playing vanilla versions. I think that because after a while of working on the game, there's so many beta fixes and stuff that just for nostalgia purposes, it's nice to go back and see what you had and not just linger on what you have at the moment. Because, you could talk to somebody about how Goku used to have Tatsu loops, but it would be better if you could just say, yeah, this is when Goku had Tatsu loops. Sort of like Champion Edition of, I think it's called Champion Edition of Street Fighter 2. That's on the Fight Collection, Capcom Fight Collection. Where you could play Super Turbo. Maybe it is called Super Turbo. You can play every version of whatever character. Oh, I think I just kind of went on a tangent about something. Okay, someone's at my door. I got to talk to him. So I'm going to I guess I'll be right back. I'll edit this part out. I will. If you have any questions, post them. This won't take too long. I hope. I'm sorry about that. My brother just arrived back from work, and he has a Japanese school uniform that he showed me. It looks pretty cool. He's gonna wear it to a convention. He didn't want to, like, the way he said it is like, it's kind of like Jotaro. It's the same kind of suit that Jotaro Kujo wears in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And I was like, but you're like in your 30s. And he's like, yeah, that's the thing. You look at Jotaro, he's a 17-year-old who looks like a 30-year-old. That's the joke. When people ask me how old I am, I'll just say I'm 15 years old. I was like, that's a good idea. That's a good one. Plus, I have to tell my brother about my uncle's passing today, so. But he was like, yeah, I figured it. He wasn't doing so well. But yeah, he's looking forward to going to that convention. But then again, the convention is next week. I don't know. A funeral might be this Friday. They usually have funerals on Friday, right? I don't even know if we're going. That's the sad thing though. About my uncle being in a nursing home and stuff. He was going through some mental problem. Well, he was going through some, what's it called? Yeah, mental problems. I'll just say that. It's the best way to describe it. So, it wasn't dementia. It was some other stuff. And, he'd been struggling with that. And that's what kept him in the nursing home. He couldn't take care of himself because of his problems. So, he'd just been stuck there for the past, last 30 years of his life. No, wait, I'm 30 something. Over 20 years. Last 25 years of his life he's been there. And he hated being there. He thought that the whole family abandoned him, and I guess we kind of did. So I feel bad about that. I don't know. They said he was a danger to himself and others, so he had to stay there. Anyway, that's sad. So I'm not going to talk about that. But yeah, demo of Neko Majin. No, I'll release him when he's done. I just need to focus. I need to get Pilaf's finishers done. I'm telling you, finishers are, I hate finishers. They're not fun. They don't flow like working on punches and kicks and walks and reactions and strikes, and it just kind of it slows down production on everything. And when it comes to Hyper Dragon Ball Z, if you're waiting on something, it's probably a finisher. It's probably the finishers that are taking all the time. That's why you can never give an answer. No one could ever give an answer when something's done or how long or a percentage. Usually Hyper Dragon Ball Z Team Z2 doesn't give percentages because those finishers are insane. Plus, life stuff happens. And we don't get paid for this. paid in clout. Clout chasing. But yeah, I lost my uncle today. I'm sad that he's gone, but I guess it really won't hit me unless I go to the funeral and I have to put in the words. But yeah, I'll leave that for the funeral. Things don't hit me until they're right in your face, so you can't avoid them. But yeah, it does put my mortality in the, make me think about that, which is good because I have been for the past like at least 20 years. I've been living like I'm gonna like have enough time to, you know, like time's I can wait on time can wait on me, But that's not really the situation. Time waits for no man, right? So yeah, death puts things into perspective. Makes you realize don't have forever to do everything. It's probably why I'm working on Neko Majin. I was planning on streaming this last Friday for my Friday night Sprite session. Um, but yeah, there was things going on around the house, that didn't have anything to do with my uncle. It's just some really uncomfortable things going on around the house with, family members and stuff that had to be dealt with. So I was off all week as far as like being focused. So I appreciate you all being there to giving me that time to just chill out and, well, not even really chill out, just to get things in order. Because I had been streaming every day for a week. Well, except for the weekend, the work week, Monday through Friday. And I was feeling good about that. I was waking up, I was going for runs in the morning, lifting some weights, running and lifting weights. That was about it. I did squats like 2 days ago and I'm still hurting. But yeah, I had a routine going and everything just fell apart. As far as my routine, it's always the same thing. It happens to everybody. You hit a wall where it's like you're doing well, and then you hit that. The routine falls apart. You go, well, I'll do it tomorrow, and then you say, I'll do it tomorrow, and then the routine's broken. The pattern's broken. You gotta build good habits. As Derpy was saying in the stream, I was in Sir Derpy is a stream I go to. He was talking about building good habits, replacing bad habits with good habits, and I was like, yeah, that's how it works. And my good habit was starting to fall to the wayside. But yeah, when it comes to working out, it usually is like I overdo something, and then I say, well, I'm gonna let myself recover, and then I'm recovered, and I don't go back to what I was doing as far as working out. I overdo it. But yeah, just you get your health together, the art stuff and the focus and all that falls into place. I don't like the space. Well, he's a cat. Cats are really flexible. They can lick in certain places people can't. All right, this is just extreme. I really need to do more studying. I mean, training, animation training. Oh yeah, I think I was gonna say something about that. I should be animation training, but contest. I really like taking part in contests, so I'm probably gonna take part in a contest that I think I could pull that up without. Well, let's see. This is gonna cut my bandwidth, and I'm already working with very low virtual memory, so. Whoa. Can't show that. um, yeah, what's his name? At Angry D. Heavy Metal Sleuths. This guy. Hey, he's in San Antonio. Cool. This guy. This Space Gina, a character he made. Very. This right here, I'm going to take part in this. He says, "Hey y'all, what has inspired you to become an artist? Join me in collaboration with this and Toon Boom for a summer animation contest. First and second place win beautiful graphics tablets with XP Pen. The top 5 entries will also get a special sticker bundle from me." Stickers are okay. Sure, Space Gina. Yeah, sure. But this summer contest, animation contest, submit by August 31st. I think it's actually, I think they moved it. I think he said it was a typo and it's August 22nd. Yeah. Oh, wait, what? All entries due by August 22nd, which is my brother's birthday, which is weird. And they said, oops, typo. Due date is August 31st. So I've got more time. And it says, use the special 45-day Toon Boom Harmony trial. I already have Toon Boom Harmony 14. They're on 21 now. I have Toon Boom Harmony Elements 14, which is the complete program. 21. You could do a trial, but I think Toon Boom Harmony trial is only for like 21 days, which is weird. But yeah, it says right here, animate or reanimate a scene from your favorite anime/cartoon that has inspired you to create art. And that's weird because the thing that inspired me to create art, I think he said it could be anything almost, but when I read this, animate or reanimate a scene from an anime or cartoon, that really caught my attention. And the things that kept me drawing as a kid were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The first thing I remember drawing is Voltron, Defender of the Universe, in church. My mom would hand me paper and a pen, and I would draw during the sermon because I didn't understand anything that he was saying anyway, and I was bored. So I tried to draw the 5 lions, and it was just a boxy. As a kid, you could actually tell what I was drawing, but I had no idea what the design was. It was just boxy lions. It's almost like now when I try to draw it. Probably, these things somehow. Anyway, yeah, Voltron. Can't get this face right. How did I even do this in the first place? His head may be too big. I have a tendency to make Neko Majin's head too big, too. But yeah, there's every time I want to sit down and just do training for my animation, a contest always shows up, and I always fall back into my old habits when I should be learning how to animate for real. But it does help me learn the programs. Um, they want what they want to do is have you animate with Toon Boom Harmony, but I really want to learn how to animate with Clip Studio Paint. I think because the reason I don't animate with Harmony, I don't like the pencil tool. Um, and everything's vector, so the pencil tool has the most you can adjust the line easier and it's clean, but it doesn't feel right. Excuse me. But the brush tool, um, it's harder for me to control as far as like what the way the lines look. That it looks a little too sloppy. So I need something that's a balance between the two. And Clip Studio Paint, I think that's the way to go. I don't think that I'll be disqualified for not using Toon Boom. It's just that Clip Studio Paint has all the brushes I want. I think I understand the folders concept. If you have for each character or element that you want to manipulate or move, you put them in a folder when you animate. And I'm all about, frame by frame animation. I attempted earlier this year. I attempted to do some puppet animation, or not. Was it puppet? Yeah, I attempted to build some skeletons and puppets from a. What I wanted to do was take a still image that I had made, cut it up, and then animate it. Cut it into sections and then animate it with a rig. And it failed, so I just gave up. Things didn't deform right and all that stuff. I was like, I don't even like this kind of animation. Why am I wasting my time? I'd rather have my vision actually have my vision fulfilled the way I want it to. But yeah, this contest would really help me get some work. I don't have samples of any animation except for I've got like two or three things on my YouTube. I've got a Scarface animation, Ash from Evil Dead, that I did like 20 years ago. Probably 15. No, was it 20 years ago? It was like 2005. It was from when I was actually taking my first courses in animation from my local college. I didn't even get to animate anything when I was going to university. I was making films in university. That's the thing. My major was animation. But film is part of animation. It's a form of film. So I had to take film classes, and I spent more time. I spent the entire semester working on films, which was actually, it made me go, wow, I actually like this process. I just don't have any friends, so it's hard finding people to make movies with that I don't have to pay. But college students like to eat, so if you give them enough food, if you put a buffet on the set full of sandwiches and like sandwich meats and breads and fruits and vegetables and stuff to make sandwiches with, and sodas and stuff, yeah, they'll work for you. That was basically it. I went to University of Texas Arlington, UTA, and I had to make films, but I didn't know anybody. But I would hang out in the Baptist ministry campus thing. It's not actually part of the school. It's just like it's on campus, but it's like a Baptist ministry. I hang out in their lunch place between classes, because I had a class in the morning. I had to be at school at 9, and then, or was it 8? I think it was 9. I had to be at class at 9 on Tuesdays. Was it Tuesday? No, Monday. On Monday, I had to be at... No, wait, no, it was Friday. Wasn't it? Tuesday, Thursday, Monday. No, Friday. I didn't have any classes on Friday. I think the campus was closed on Friday. It was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I worked Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So yeah, it was either Monday or either way. When I between classes, I had a class in the afternoon, 2D design, and then I had oh, sorry, I could be working while I say all this stuff. I had 2D design class in the afternoon at 6 p.m. till 9, or until I was finished, basically. And then I had in the morning time, I think it might have been 11. It might have been 11 till 2 or 3. I had film class. So from 3 till 6, I didn't have anywhere to go. So I would go to the campus, the Baptist campus ministry place, and they had donuts that they would have. Day-old donuts from the donut place that donated donuts and pastries there. So I'd just be eating free pastries all day. And the guy who lived there in the campus ministry place, he was like, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, "Oh, I got to make a movie and I don't have any actors. I don't know anybody." He's like, "I'll be in your movie." I was like, "Whoa, cool." And he was like, "Yeah, actually, I could show you guys the movie. If you don't mind, if you want me to show you the movie I made." It was my first 3-minute narrative movie. I don't think there's anything lewd in it or anything. My comedy's kind of weird, but I like action comedy. It was a comedy. It's pretty embarrassing. I don't have it uploaded on YouTube, but yeah, I don't mind sharing it. It's weird. It's a student film, you know, so it comes with whatever student films come with, which is jankiness. You know, I'd never made a movie before. Well, I made a documentary, but that was about it. Because that's what they had us do in film class. He said the best way to learn how to make films is to make films. So I had a 3-minute documentary, a 3-minute narrative, and a 5-minute narrative. I made 3 movies. And when we weren't making movies, we were watching movies to see why they did certain things or what techniques got adopted. So yeah, I'll probably if anybody wants me to show you the movie, I think I have it on this computer. I'll show it to you. I'm not featured in it. It's other people. I don't have any. There's no NDAs or anything. I don't know what where they've ended up. You know. I know someone I went to class with. He ended up going to prison for things with children. He was going to be in my movie at one point. One of them. Because he was in my class. We were using students in class. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't have him in my movie. That'd be weird. It was weird that, you know, they found him doing stuff with a little girl because everybody in class didn't think he liked guys. They thought he liked guys. So it was like double surprising. Forgot what his movie was about. I don't even remember. Nope, nobody wants to see the movie. So I will not show it. I'll probably use it for a commercial some other time. I think it was a good movie. I think I made pretty decent movies I incorporated some CSI kind of effects. It was just still photos that I turned black and white and did a zoom in on. Add some echo to. But people, you know, when it comes to student films, any kind of special effects, people are like, "Whoa, what's that? How do you do that?" It's really impressive when you could use some imagery and effects to enhance the story you're telling. But yeah, I was like, hey, I want to be an animator. But if I have to tell a story, I might as well use some fantastical elements like I would want to put in my animation. Or any of my stories. My stories are really weird. Man, this finger's horrible. Make it more like a paw. Stub your fingers. There we go. Work with this. Oh yeah, I've got to put this little collar here. But yeah, that's a. I shouldn't have cleaned it up. Why did I spend all that time cleaning it up? I, I should have just did the animation. Well, you know, now that I think about it, most of this sprite animation is manipulation and cleaning up. You know, it's kind of cut out to a degree. But when I actually do, like, if you all don't mind me doing, you know, trying to think of doing layouts for that contest, I'll try to animate the contest, or I'll do the layouts. I have to do layouts. Probably come up with a storyboard and then break down the storyboard into layouts with some keyframes, sort of animatic, and then do animations based on those. Man, I'm always jumping into. It's like I haven't even learned how to swim right, and I'm jumping into the deep end of the pool. But that's how you get attention, though. It's kind of it's a struggle to animate like that, like animate when you don't hardly know what you're doing, you know. But well, I do know what I'm doing actually. You know, I've been hired before. What am I talking about? But yeah, there's a short film influence video contest that's caught my attention. I think I'll do it unless I get some commissions. Then I'll do the commissions. Customers first. Customers first. That's pretty good. I say pretty good a lot. That's like my favorite thing to say when it comes to streaming or whatever. Not a definitive good, just, you know, yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. It's a better looking face. But But yeah, the contest said something about what influences you, what scenes or cartoons influence you, and then they went broader and said, what general influenced you to start doing art. And like I said, Voltron did. That was the first. I watched a whole lot of cartoons, but the first thing I remember drawing was Voltron. I watched. I remember Mr. T. I remember Saturday morning cartoons. That's about it. There's a show where this guy turned into a car. There was Mr. T. And there were the Chipmunks. I love the Chipmunks and the Smurfs. This is like two to 3 year old me. That's when I was drawing. 2 to 3 years old. And then they had Robotech. I got Robotech and Voltron mixed up as a kid. I think both of those shows came on back to back. I think it came on Sunday. And that's why I was drawing it on Sunday at church, because I didn't get to finish the show. But it was the last thing I saw on TV, so it was stuck in my memory. I'd have to get the... Let's move this knee. I don't think this knee needs to be here. I think the foot could be here, but the knee... Foot could be in this foot could be in profile. I guess this knee could be here. But yeah, that was influence. I remember Fox was a new channel. These are all memories from before I moved to the city I'm in. That I've been in most of my life, all of my life actually. Well, I can't say all my life because I wasn't born here. I think it came on like 7. Werewolf. I think that was the name of the show. That this wolf with this old guy with one eye. I think he played the rifleman. Chuck Connors, yeah. He was an old guy with one eye who turned into a big gray werewolf, and he fought this. He scratched and he cursed this young guy, to be a brown werewolf, and they would fight and stuff. And then this guy would go town to town, like the Incredible Hulk, but he was cursed with werewolf powers. And I think that they implied that, oh, he's a wild werewolf. When he turns to a werewolf, he's gonna kill innocent people. But from what I saw, he was in full control of the werewolfism. He'd always fight, gangsters and drug dealers and wife beaters and stuff like that, So I was like, wow, werewolves are cool. It's like a superpower, It's like he's morphing into a beast form and he's beating people up. So that was another influence. I would draw werewolves, and from my memory, my earliest memories of drawing. I would draw the nose like this, like a square. This, then I put a triangle here. Then I put jagged teeth. And I guess I kind of go like this, and then put the ears, and then the face, eyes. So it kind of looks like a wolf, huh? Anyway, I don't know if I released that. I have an influence video on here. I actually have influence videos on my YouTube. I said my first influence was watching my mom draw. And yeah, I don't know, making a video about my mom would be kind of sappy, wouldn't it? But she can't draw very good, so I don't want to draw like her. I don't know, family stuff makes me emotional anyway. I don't want to do that. I want something that's cool instead of sentimental. Because when you make something that's sentimental, if it doesn't do well, then it's like, well, I guess people don't appreciate me opening up about my family and stuff.
It's about family.
But yeah, you don't want to put yourself in a vulnerable position to where people are just like, eh. But then again, when it comes to art stuff, people love that sentimental stuff. They love sentimental stuff. That's what's beautiful. Me, I don't really care for it that much. I have mother and child family stuff, and father and sons, and it's something most people can identify with, and if they don't identify with it, they want it, or they wish they had relationships with like that with their family. Sorry, it's allergies. I'm not tearing up. There, I think I got the mouth the way I wanted. Anyway. Yeah, I think I'll do fan animation. I'll go with the original concept of what he said. He said reanimate a scene from a cartoon or an anime that inspired you. I do not want to reanimate Voltron. That is hard. I don't want to animate robots. My brother, back then, he was into Transformers and G.I. Joe, Hasbro stuff. But man, I don't want to. No. X-Men, that was in the 90s. With the cartoon, that was 92, I guess. I mean, there was the Proto X-Men, which just popped on one few days, randomly on the Marvel Action Hour, the 80s version of it. And that really stood out because I was like, whoa, X-Men. And then the video game came out like in 92, which was like, it's just 3 years later, but it was like the Fox Kids X-Men's running. This isn't the Fox Kid. This is the one that was, I know, it was confusing. Ninja Turtles really inspired me, so I'll probably do a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animation. I was planning on doing one anyway for the Cowabunga collection of tournament fighters. It's not that tournament fighters inspired me, it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that inspired me, but I feel like that whole thing about reanimating something that inspired me. One thing that inspired me as far as an animator, being an animator and stuff, that just stood in my head, everything. Street Fighter animated movie, the Sagat versus Ryu fight. I still remember renting that movie uncensored. Well, not uncensored. It was an unrated version, which is the purple VHS box. Oh, sorry, I'm reminiscing too much and not drawing enough. It was the purple VHS box. I really wanted to watch it, but I wanted my brother and stuff to be there. It was like 2 a.m. or it was like 1 a.m. or midnight, and my brother was in his room. He was either asleep or getting ready to go to sleep, and I just, it was Street Fighter. I really like Street Fighter, so I started the movie, and I was just mesmerized by that Ryu versus Sagat fight. I'd never seen anything like that. That Shoryuken, and after he threw the Hadoken and it said Street Fighter, I paused it and I was like freaking out. I think I was yelling and jumping up and down. I was so amazed at it. And I went to go get my brother, and then my mom woke up and she was like, go to sleep, it's late. But it was so cool. I was like, just watch this scene. Just watch this scene. This is so cool. So yeah, as far as like what inspired me to be an animator, yeah, probably for the most part Street Fighter. That's Street Fighter animated movie shot right there where Ryu was fighting Sagat. Which is a shame, because if I did want to animate that, I can't live up to that. You want me to reanimate the thing that inspired me to want to animate? I can't live up to those standards. How would I make it different? How would I change it? The only thing that comes to mind is actually using the models. Okay, the Street Fighter animated movie, they used Street Fighter 2 Ryu and Street Fighter 2 Sagat. I could use the actual animations look. I could go with an 80s retro Street Fighter 1 look with the red hair Ryu fighting Sagat. I could actually, instead of being the big field in Australia or wherever, I could actually change the setting to match the background of Street Fighter 1. I think that I could go. This is just me brainstorming at one. Bingus style. I could actually animate the characters in the Bingus style. Bingus is an artist for Capcom who helped design Street Fighter, which is more of a Street Fighter Alpha style. I can turn them into Street Fighter Alpha style with the Street Fighter 1 design, so Sagat would not have the yellow or white stripes on the side of his pants. Ryu would have red hair and kind of a shag in the back. Yeah, I could do it. It'll be. I'd have to hide a whole bunch of inexperienced stuff, but I think that the process of doing that would be cool. I could draw some turnarounds, break down the shots of the movie, and then reanimate them. Yeah, I'll do that. That's easier than the Ninja Turtle stuff. Because even telling everyone, how excited I was for Street Fighter 2 when I saw that fight. It reminded me of how awesome that was. I could do it. I just have to make it different. It might not be good, but if I can get the drawings to look all right, I can probably fool a bunch of people into think it's good. All right. I spent so much time on this. I didn't focus on the animation like I was supposed to. I was supposed to be worrying about animation, not a single sprite. Anyway, let's try this. Copy, paste. I think I'll edit this. Nope, not that. Yeah. So that hand's a little small. Oh yeah, I got offered to visit an art class. I totally forgot about that. So just now. I got offered to visit a junior high about three or 4 years ago when I had my art studio. They did an article on me. I was in the paper, and the teacher was like, they, contacted me and said, "Hey, can you come to these kids and tell them that they can start their own business and don't have to go to college and stuff?" And I was like, "Wow, really?" I actually have a failing business of art, but yeah, sure. This business is not successful, but yeah, I was like, yeah, I agree with that. Entrepreneurship and all that. It's kind of like he's flapping. Whole lot of editing, but it works for sprites. It doesn't. This sprites are so small and pixelated that you don't notice when you reuse all this stuff. But you can't. I wouldn't recommend this for anything but sprite animation. It's so low resolution, your brain doesn't register the reuse that well. At least I haven't noticed it that much. I guess he'll kick with the left first. No, I'd rather have kick with this one first. So let's edit this. And just to imitate a turn a little bit, I think I can shift it to the side a little. Yeah, I think that I'll redo the Street Fighter fight. I've got about 40 days, 40-ish days to do that. And if you think about it, they didn't use that many frames. Like, even for an animated movie, this is Japan. They cut corners. Anime cuts corners all the time. I'll just put a circle mouth like this. That's a little too far to the side. See? Guess the ears will go back since he's kicking. Might be too big. About that small, right? Oh yeah, I got a new programmer. Hello! I can't read your name, it's in Russian. I hope you are having a good night. I am working on Neko Majin Z, an attack for Neko Majin Z. I'm doing the keyframes at the moment. But I'm doing the keyframes based on edits. I'm just editing to create my keyframes. I think I need to get rid of this belt too. I'll just erase it. That's faster. Guess, oh, this. Foot's more under him, so I guess a heel? No. The blur, well, it's just the extreme. I know that my teacher slash follower, the guy I follow slash mentor ish kind of guy I admire, who's an animator, AMB. He doesn't like smear frames, but Z2 style, is full of them. It's just part of the artistic style of the game. Oh, Jeff Potts, hello. I mean, yo, and Fred's here. Hello, Fred. Yeah, the guy I follow, as far as like animation advice and stuff, he hates smear frames. But for this game, smear frames is like, It's part of the artistic style, you know. It's part of the style. That's what we do. We use smear frames. So if he was here, you know, this would break his heart, you know, seeing me do smear frames. Okay, if this would be lower, wouldn't it? No, wait, the kick. Yeah, you pull back with it. Just to really. Show how intense the kick is. The top half pulls back away from the front half. So I guess that works. But that would mean that maybe I could raise this some more now. I could probably make the leg a little longer. Just for it'll be a more effective attack. Actually, looking over here, leg's all the way down here, but this center part's higher, so I'll probably get away with this. Yes, yes, we know. They don't know. They don't know, Fred. They need to know. I need to tell them. Really, I'm not a teacher. I'm just a guy making art. It's the process. I'm just showing you guys the process. I mean, yeah, everyone the process. I'm not a teacher. I am not a teacher. For a while, I was thinking about going to art school and becoming a teacher because, you know, that's, you gotta, everyone always asks you, how are you gonna make money doing this? And it's like, I could be an art teacher. I never really, I thought that. It was always in the back of my mind, like, I could be an art teacher. But I'm not good at explaining things. I'm good at doing things that I know how to do. That's the problem with some teachers. You get, when you already know how to do stuff, it's hard to, you, see, that's the problem I got. When you know how to do something, it's good to not assume that the person you're talking to knows how to do it already. I mean, you're supposed to be teaching them, so it's best to just assume they don't know anything. I've had people teach me stuff, like, first day I bagged groceries, they're like, you know, bagging groceries is kind of common sense. You look like a common sense kind of guy, so I'm going to show you how to do common sense grocery bagging. And I was like, yeah, I have common sense. Like, I guess, yeah, sure. Okay. I wish I had better common sense. I'm usually oblivious to stuff. It's a problem I have. This is kind of weird. I think my chat is my chat's doing one thing and then there's another chat. Huh, this is weird. So this is, how does this work? Okay. Misan says, oh man, I've missed a lot of comments. Restream is not that great. Restream is picking up like 30% of the comments that have been coming in. I'm glad I have this laptop on. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna circle back. While I do that, I'm gonna press play and see how this is going. I'm just gonna have them flapping. Just keep flapping, Neko Majin. Flap away. My allergies. Yeah. Misan says, Neko looks great as always. His sprites were always so neat. Do you think you'll ever release a demo? Yeah, like Peel Off? No, he'll be finished. Misan says, I agree. It's fun to have older version of games like Hyper Dragon Ball Z. Yep. Should preserve game preservation right there. Don't throw away the older versions. You need this. Fred said hello. Jeff Potts says yo. Fred said, oh, looks cool. Yes, we know. Yeah, I think I'll have the lawn. I think I'll finish this lawn art. It's a lot of editing. That's what I'm doing. I think the actual coloring and rendering of the sprite's gonna be pretty easy. It looks silly, but I'm all right with this. Keep this foot here. I mean, it's a fighting game. It's not a movie. If this was an actual feature or something, I'd have more. I would like to think that I would have more thought put into what I'm doing and not get lazy. Because then it'd just be an embarrassment to me. Even if people liked it, I'd just be embarrassed. I can't believe I made this trash. But then, you know, sometimes you do have to have the attitude of, it's like, well, you know it's trash. They don't know it's trash. Sometimes you have to be happy with the knowing that they don't know that it's not good. It's kind of like someone who eats fast food all their life. They don't know that's not that great. I think that AMB actually used this as an example. If you eat garbage all your life, you know, you're used to the taste of garbage. You know what garbage tastes like. You know, you're acclimated to it. Yeah, it's not so bad. So it should really blow your mind when you encounter something that's actually good. You're like, whoa, this is good. What have I been eating all my life? Okay, kick. Not sure about this face. May have saved myself a lot of heartache. Animating a character with no nose. Alright, that one kick. That's good. Nissan says, maybe they should be like, but flatter. It's kind of hard to do this. There's not much space. This is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like a 10 pixel area. I guess I can make the mouth even bigger then. Okay, that doesn't even look cute anymore. It's not bad. Wow, that's the first time I've saved in a while. All right. That's one kick. That's 2 key frames. Or 2 extreme frames. I'll probably have them, I don't know if I need them to relax into it. I may need them to relax into this, like a settle frame, like a what is it, a favor? I think it's called. I may need a frame to favor, but let's do this. Let's copy this frame. Then do the other leg. So this leg would have to go up. So let's get rid of this belt. So I guess this leg would go up here. Sorry, I don't know what's happening. I may be getting sick or something, but I think it's just allergies. Okay, this foot's here, so I guess this foot has to go down to here too. Actually, I could just mirror it. This is kind of lazy. Actually, it's very lazy. Don't. Have you no shame? I have shame. I'm not proud about this. Let's kick in. Let's kick in. Kick, 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 kick. I think I'll raise up a few things. It's the Slido animation stuff. Have you no shame? A little bit. Not proud. Like I said earlier, I'm not proud of this. Wish I had better standards. But it's sprite animation. That's my excuse. It's for a video game. These people don't care. They just want their functions. like I like I said about I voiced the character Kakolin in Smite, and I stressed myself out about if people would like my performance. And one thing I noticed was they didn't care. All they talked about was the gameplay. All they cared about was the gameplay. How he played. They didn't care about if my accent was good or not. I was mostly concerned about my accent. I wanted to know if people like I didn't know I've never heard of Smite. I didn't know it had a European audience. Those were the people I was like, oh no. They're gonna hear me and they're gonna be like, he doesn't sound what some people said was he doesn't sound Irish. I was like, they told me to sound Scottish. That's what I was thinking. He doesn't sound Irish. I was like, I was supposed to sound Irish? They told me to sound like James McAvoy. But yeah, they told me to, hey, I could do that. But yeah, they told me to sound like James McAvoy. And he's not Irish, he's from Glasgow, Scotland. So I just went full Glaswegian. So if you hear me in Smite, that's why I sound like that. I'm not trying to sound Irish. I'm trying to sound Scottish, dang it. Not just Scottish, I'm trying to sound full on thick accent Glaswegian. And I did a lot of studying over that. It was like a week of prep time. But you could say, what? That's nothing. It was like, I got short notice. It's pretty quick turnaround. They said, when are you available? And I was like, let's give this some time. Let's give this some time. That's a Kenshiro impersonation from Fist of the North Star. Omaru Shinderu. Something. Hey, JoJo reference, says Fred. Yep. No, that's more like Muda 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 Muda. I can't see. That's why I didn't get the death battle. Like, I auditioned for death battles, so I auditioned for Dio. I didn't get the part. They didn't get me. They didn't cast me, so my mudas aren't good enough. Anyway, Mr. Super Ultimate's here. Says, hi, nice artwork, man, and thanks for supporting me in the past. You used some of my Sonic music on one of your videos. I didn't know you voiced a game character. That's cool. I think I may have used your music. I think I did some streams and I used your music. Or was that Mr. K? I think that was Chaos Control that I used for sure. I remember Chaos Control. Are you Chaos Control? Sorry. Sorry. That's fun. Anyway, let's add some smear frames. I'm sorry, MB. Please forgive me. It's a fan project. If this was real, I wouldn't do this. Well, it's kind of real. I've actually gotten work doing this animation on video games. These sprites that I'm doing for Neko, that you know how I posted that Neko Majin Z demo on my YouTube of what I had so far with them. That was actually how that was my that was more of a demo for Blazing Strike. The game Blazing Strike. That's how I got the job for Blazing Strike as a cleanup animator and finisher. By making that video, because I didn't have any video examples in my work, I didn't want to send them links to a bunch of JPEGs and stuff. I mean, GIFs, animated GIFs. So I made that video, and it got me work. Now my animation's gonna be featured in a video game. And it's like, you animated some stuff? And it's like, well, I animated clothing and drapery folds and basically special effects stuff. By special effects, I mean like folds and like the ties on his lapel and coat. The streams are up. He actually encouraged me to stream the stuff, which is weird because no one watches those streams. It's like they're excited about the game. At least they say they are. But no one actually watched me complete the animations. I thought that would be a big hit, but I guess nobody cares. They don't care. Anyway, Mr. Super Ultra says no, and I'm sure it was my music or your Knuckles video, I think. Oh, that was a long time ago. That was like one of my first videos, wasn't it? Like 5 years ago or something. Ooh, Mr. Super Ultra says my original channel from 2011 was deleted, so this is somewhat new account. Oh, okay. I did do a Knuckles video. It was a commission, one of my first commissions, of a Knuckles in street clothes and with human proportions. It's been years since I watched that video. I made a Sonic video too. I might have used your music. I tried to avoid using anything that would get me copyright struck in or anything, but still sounded cool. And yep. Do you still make music? Because the music I play is usually made by independent creators. Like the guy said before, Chaos Control, I think his name is. He has a 24-hour stream of music, of all his original music, and I think he makes bank off that, because some people just want to play music or just play it in the background and chill, and that it works. Wizzy Whip It Wonderful, he has over 1,000 songs, based on video game characters and stuff, that he made. And I would play that and just let that rock out, and that gets some views. So when it comes to music, being a musician on YouTube, I say this a lot, but the bigger your playlist, if you make sure you have a playlist. For someone to just pick a playlist, press play, and just let it run for hours and hours. Because I've been streaming for 2.5 hours, and this free, it's called, I played 80s retro synthwave mix, copyright free, and I played 2-hour synthwave mix, LA Sunsets, copyright free. And right now I'm on chill synthwave, chill wave mix, neon paradise, royalty free, safe music. So, people like to think that the only way they're going to make money off of music is selling it. But if you've got over 1,000 subscribers and you've got those, this is pretty interesting. Interesting animation. There's only one in between. I guess it kind of works. I think I might need a ease in, ease out. I think that's a third, favoring thirds or something. This, as far as gameplay goes, this works, I guess. It doesn't look like the one on the left. Oh, Mr. Super Ultimate says, I do. I am one of those original CPS2. Oh! Of course. Wow. That reminds me of those skits where it's like, you know what? There's this kid I used to bully all the time. And after a while, he stood up to me and he said, "No, I'm not going to let you bully me anymore." And I was like, that was the first moment I realized I was a bully. And then the person who was telling the story goes, "I know. I remember that moment." And they're like, oh, "That's right. It's me. I was the one you bullied." Dun, dun, dun. That's kind of moment I just had of like, dang it. Mr. Super Ultimate says, the new rules of YouTube won't allow me to make because I don't have enough subs. Oh, dang. I guess you got to start from the ground up again, huh? That's a bummer, man. You can do it. You can do it. Okay, I'm gonna add a smear frame, but this is the in between. I'm gonna repeat. So let's see what happens. I've just been repeating 3. Let's see. So. Uh-oh. Well, I need this for color reference, so I guess I'll add that back too. Okay. But yeah, I think you could do it. It's less of a thought and more of like, I'm sure you can do it. Because so many people, like you've done it before, and people before you've done it, so. Yeah, you got to start from the ground up, kind of, but. I think of it like Yakuza 0. There was a guy who worked on the stock market, or he was and he went bankrupt or something. And he didn't say, "No, I'm bankrupt." He just went, "Man, I lost all my money. Oh, well, I guess I got to get it all back." That's kind of the attitude you got to have, I guess. I lost my money. Guess I got to get it back. Am I on the right layer? Okay. Whoa, that's actually here. I thought it was on the layer under it. Okay, that was the background layer. No wonder it wasn't working. So what was I doing? Okay. My mistake. Grab this. Nothing's working. Nothing is. Okay, the frame's locked. Okay, the layer's locked. Okay, sure. Deselect. Alright, cool. Lock that back. Open this up. Grab this. Copy. No, I pressed X. Okay, go back and copy. Delete. Delete. Oh, wrong layer. Delete. Don't delete everything. Delete this. Alright. I don't know. I don't even need. Like I said, I just need that there for color reference, but it's just weird if it's not animating along with it, so. Okay, the in-between's there. It repeats the in-between, so. Okay, how does that? It's this. Okay. Here, 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 here. Okay. Maybe the head shouldn't turn that way on that frame. Mr. Super Ultimate said, "You said Wizzy's name before I even said CPS2. He liked one of my songs and wanted to remake it. And no, YouTube got issues with me. I think I'm shadow banned." Dang. Um, I think you should. If you could find live streams, um, like Super Chaos Control, he came to my live stream and he suggested his music to me. If you found other live streams that were going and did, retro based stuff and then suggested your music and gave them a link, maybe they could play it. I have no problem playing your music, I guess. So I guess I'll look you up and find your playlist. This is gonna slow down my computer a bit. Little bit. I'll just pause this. But yeah, I'm on YouTube and I will look up Mr. Super Ultimate. You have, oh, you have, you know what? You have 24 subscribers. Now you have 25. I am now your 25th subscriber. But yeah, okay. Maki. You might need to loop these a little bit. Because they're actually, for a game, if you're actually gonna implement these in games, yeah, having them around having them shorter is good. But for people to listen to for a while, just for listening. Peter Zonta. That's funny. Okay, this is a Street Fighter character. This is a security guard from Street Fighter 5. That's cool. Wow. Actually, I'm just going through your thumbnails and you have actual videos playing with it instead of just a I'm sorry, these thumbnails are kind of hilarious and some of them are kind of cool. I've only seen a little, so I don't want to fully commit to awesome or cool or funny. I'm just gonna, you know what? Let's play Kaiba theme finalized by Mr. Super Ultimate. We're gonna check out some of your music. This is from October 31st, 2021. Mr. Super Ultimate says, "Thanks, man. I appreciate it. My CPS2 music is on point." Thumbs up this. So yeah, show Mr. Super Ultimate some support. He needs that 1,000. He needs to get to that 1,000 mark, and then because the listen hours, those happen just from people turning on the playlist and playing it. So one person like me, my one stream, if I streamed end up streaming 20 hours this week or something, like 8 hours for 5 days. Ugh, no way. More like 40. 4 hours for 5 days. 5 hours for 4 days. Probably 5 hours for 4 days. I don't know. That's just one person, so he could get those hours back. But yeah, I'm gonna have to find some of your playlists. Like if you just have a CPS2 playlist, I'll just play that and just go through all of it. Man, this chat on Restream chat is not that good. But yeah, with the loss of the not JoJo, what's wrong? I feel like someone just mentally slapped me for saying that. That's not JoJo. It's Yu-Gi-Oh. With the loss of the Yu-Gi-Oh author, it seems fitting to have a this music play. Seto Kaiba. All right, let's find something else. But you have your playlist set up, right? Oh man, I am dropping frames, aren't I? I have too many windows open. Will this help at all? Nope, that did not help. Okay. Playlists. Hey! One of your playlists says my supporters and it's got my sprites on there. That's cool. Video game covers 10. Okay, you've got 10 songs and video game covers, so I usually pick the these are your songs though, right? I don't know. I haven't noticed yet. But yeah, I'm gonna go to the I usually pick a playlist with the most songs. That's usually what I go through. Because I'm sitting here for a while, so I'm gonna go through them pretty fast. Mr. Super Ultimate says, it took me years to get good at the style. I don't really have a playlist. I should make one, but I don't really like using the CPS2 name on my videos before so many use the title. Oh. Yeah, that's true. But some people search that. Like, I think I actually searched for that. Like, I know that one of your videos says Mr. Super Ultimate CPS2 Originals. So it's like in brackets at the end. If you put it at the end, you know, it's just easier to search. Some people just like that style of music. All right. And I will play the playlist. I need a proper in-between. It's more back and forward. Well, I like this face. I don't really care for this. I need something in between here. These two expressions. If I shift it, it'll look like it's turning a little. It won't look so repetitive. So ears are either forward or back. I think that helps changing the face a little bit. Mr. Super Ultimate said, I tried the way of using the title. Maybe. The good thing about YouTube, it lets you edit some things. Like the titles, you can edit all the titles without having to re-upload a video. If you wanted to. Or you could, I don't know if you could search, if you could put keywords in a search for a video. I don't know how that works. Alright, that was a little too close. Alright, I think it moves a little better now. I could actually see the legs going in and out, and not just kicking. But they want me to put smear frames. So let's do that. It's just part of the style. I can't help it. I'm sorry. So I guess I'll do this. It's just a fill-in for a smear frame. It's not actual smear. It's actually, let's use this. This is faster. Let me do this. Right. Let's play it. See, now it looks slow. Oh, I got them backwards. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it seems a little slow. But I am running this at 100 milliseconds on everything. Let's turn this to 25 and turn this to 25. It's not so noticeable now. I don't even know if the programmer puts the characters sprites in at 100. That's just what I animate at. Well, the smear kind of does the easing in. What if I change these to 50? Because Oro's kicks were really fast. I don't have it as an example at the moment because I closed the Oro window. Alright, let's see how this plays. Okay, now I'm thinking that the ears should not be forward at all. Well, having them forward like this was to really let them crunch up. Same thing with the tail going out like that. I don't know. Hmm. Um, Mr. Super Ultimate says, "You making a Mugen game?" I am making a Mugen character. I'm making Neko Majin Z. He's a Z2I style character. Z2 was the Hyper Dragon Ball Z style. Actually an animator for Hyper Dragon Ball Z Team Z2 at the moment. I think it got announced with Pilaf. I made 90% of the Pilaf character. Yeah, Pilaf gang character. I mean Pilaf robot. And the version of it that's in the game is not finished. I need to finish some things. I need to get some finishers done on it, so I can't animate show you the process. But once those are done, he'll go into some heavier beta testing probably, and he'll probably be done by then. But at the moment, man, I'm telling you, finishers, doing the finishers. Hey. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll play this. How many songs are left on this playlist? This is song 5. There's 4 more. I'll go back to the synthwave after this, but wow, I was not expecting to see Jill Valentine dancing. That was something else. But yeah, I'd encourage you to, when you see someone doing a Mugen project, I'd encourage you to, shoot them an email. See if like even Hyper Dragon Ball Z, if you make some Dragon Ball character themes or remixes, and you could contribute them to the game that I'm working on, Hyper Dragon Ball Z. They might put them in the game or make a whole new playlist. I know Wizzy Whippet has a playlist, and DeMarcus008, he has a playlist. At the moment, with this current version, I think DeMarcus is the default. But yeah, it might end up in a trailer or in the game, or who's that? Oh, Parasite Eve. Okay. I'm going to play this again just for everyone to have something to look at. I don't know. This is like really big on the screen. I can't really get a perspective of how it would look in a game like this, I guess. It looks weird. I don't know if that's worth keeping or something I have to fix. I'm looking at the ears. The tail, I don't mind it flapping out like that too much. Well, it is called the chicken kick. I don't know about the ears, though. The ears, that seems like that's a bit too much for me. I can't, I don't think I can take that. That's too extreme for me. If I add more frames, though, I don't think it would work in gameplay. It would be too slow for a game to register. Because in game, it might just be these 2 kicks. And this is taking about, it feels like a half a second to do. And that's about right. If he's jumped, like Oro, when he did the move, it's like, it felt like half a second. So he'd do this, and then he'd probably flip out of it. It'll be 2 kicks, flip out. 2 kicks, flip out. At least that's how I'm imagining it. But this already played. Oh, the other one was extended. Okay. I think this is enough for... Well, after I fix these ears, I'm going to adjust the ears. I'm going to change the ears. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't fall to the dark side. Maybe this one will be a little separate. Okay, let's see how this looks. Not so close up. Okay, it's not as bad. I can live with that. It actually does look like a chicken. You actually could call it the chicken kick. Like, people call Oro's move the chicken kick, but this actually looks like he's flapping like a chicken. I like it. Oh boy, just had some keys and some 2 smears. I feel kind of dirty using smears, but that's so yeah. If you want to do Mugen characters, don't underestimate the power of smears of getting your frames done faster. Mr. Super Ultimate says, I think the DBZ Fighters game got its ideas from DBZ Mugen. I like how you said, hey, when Take You for a Ride came on. Yeah. That caught me off guard. Mr. Super Ultimate says, I made 3 different versions of the Ryu Alpha 1 because it's getting viral. Oh, really? Seems like people haven't listened to it. Like, it was in the first and second game, and then people just ignored it. I really like the music in Alpha 1 and 2. And Gold. I think I like the Gold theme more than the 2 theme, because that's the one I heard the most. Because I never got Street Fighter Alpha 2 for PlayStation. I got the Street Fighter Collection, Volume 1 or something. And that came with Street Fighter Alpha 2 Gold. And I listened to the Street Fighter Alpha 2 Gold music. And for Street Fighter Alpha 2, I played the Super NES version. So I, because we didn't have a PlayStation yet. So my parents were like, I'm not going to buy that. We're not going to buy that. You still have you still have a Super NES, use that. So we got the Super NES version of Street Fighter Alpha. I was so happy that they made that Street Fighter Alpha 2 for that, because we kept renting Sega Saturns. For the weekend, we rent a Sega Saturn, and every time you rented a Sega Saturn, you get 2 free rentals with it. It cost $8 a night. So I would pay $16 for the weekend to rent a Sega Saturn and with 2 games instead of buying a Sega Saturn. We just rented it, which was a smart idea because Sega Saturn was defunct pretty quick by 1999. So from 97 to 99, we were renting Sega Saturns. By we, I mean my brothers and I. Mr. Super Ultimate said, I tried coding. Oh, I tried a little bit of coding a character. Well, not even really coding. I tried editing Vegeta into Namek Arrival Vegeta with the fins on his armor. It didn't go well. I just wanted to change some PNG files, and it didn't. Every time I actually edited them, I think I tried to edit. First, I tried to edit them in Fight Factory and just save it. I was thinking, it's the same color palette. Everything's in there. I just edit it, put it in there. Didn't work. So I edited them. I edited. Weird word. I edited. Yeah, too many D's. Edited the sprites in another program, then try to replace them, because that's what I did with the audio. Sometimes I would take audio from one thing and then replace it. I thought it would be that easy with sprites, but it wasn't. It didn't work. So I spent like 3 hours trying to do that, and it's just, it failed. So I was like, whatever, I'm not doing this. Index colors, that's what it is. But yeah, he said, I tried coding X-Men versus Darkstalkers, but gave up on the idea. Mugen Lord did a review video about it. Oh, I used to follow Mugen Lord for a while. I guess I'm not subscribed to him anymore. I wonder what happened. Yep, that was your playlist. What? Hey, that's cool. Epic Sakuga too. Anyway, time to go back to the synthwave. There's 4 people here, so I guess I'll do some coloring. I'm gonna keep the outlines yellow because, I mean, this orange, because it helps me know where the outlines are. That's basically the reason why. I'm really bad at seeing these things. Oh, I colored the wrong one. I don't have to do that one. That one's this anyway. So I'll grab this. I'm not going to render the frames. That takes too long. I may do that on another stream. But I will block in the coloring. Mr. Super Ultimate says, Sega Saturn was a great system. You smart for renting it. I didn't have that system back in the day, but bought it years later and bought Street Fighter Alpha 2 as my first game for it in 2008. I actually remember in 2003, my family and I went on a trip to SeaWorld in San Antonio. And we stopped at a gas station to get gas, and there was a pawn shop next to it. They had a Sega Saturn for $16. Wait, maybe I'm getting my memory of renting it mixed up. But I think it was probably, let's say 25. I don't want to, maybe I'm matrixing memories together, but there's a Sega Saturn in there, and it was cheap. That's what I have to say. So let's say $25. It was $25, and I was like, I want a Sega Saturn. I want to get these games and stuff. It's right there. But we didn't get it. Didn't have any money. My brother eventually ended up getting a Sega Saturn. We got, I think we have 3 Dreamcasts. I got one from not a pawn shop. Okay, my first check that I ever got, I bought my Dreamcast. That was $99.99, I guess. No, wait, that wasn't. No, I didn't get it new. I got it when they went on sale when they were trying to cash out because they went bankrupt or something. So that was like 2001. Yeah, it was probably 2001. My first job was helping my art teacher. I think I've told this before, but you know, there's new people here. I would after art class, after school, I would go to the art class because I was in AP art, so I was in that art class like a lot. I was in that class a lot. like most of the day. I don't remember any of my other classes. My memory's just wiped out all that other stuff. But yeah, oh shoot. Anyway, we had the AP class had their own tables, and they had waste baskets next to them, and I would empty out the waste baskets, and I clean all the tables because you get graphite and slash pencil lead all over the tables from drawing or painting or coloring or whatever. So I would do that, and I learned about that from there was other guy who was like he did that at first, and I thought it was really interesting. I was like, wow, they give you money? It's like, yeah, they give me a check after every semester. And he said, well, I can't do it anymore. He told the teacher, I can't do that. I can't do this anymore. Let's do this. This is taking way too long. I'm not going to be able to clean the tables and stuff after school because I got a real job. Joke's on him. I didn't have a real job. But yeah. So he started working at Taco Bell, I think. So you couldn't stick around and clean tables anymore. You have to actually go to a real job. So I took over and I was like, finally, I get money. Because before then, I didn't have a job. What I would do was my parents would give me lunch money. And I just wouldn't eat for the week. And I just saved that. So lunch was like, at the time it was $7.50. So $7.50 a week. So it was like a dollar something. I guess dollar. I'm doing math in my head. $1.07, 6 cents, something like that. So for every week I didn't eat, I would get $7 to spend on whatever I wanted. But I just save it up. And that's how I got money. I was gaming the system. Like my mom didn't give me any allowance or anything. Well, she did when we were kids, and then she just stopped. So I just saved up lunch money. Sometimes I spend a little bit on like vending machines. Like a bag of chips was like 50 cents, or two of those big cookies were 50 cents in the vending machine. So I would get Slim Jims from the vending machine. So that was me saving money. So I had $7 for $7-ish for lunch, and I probably spend $2. On food. But yeah, people would make fun of me when I ate in the lunchroom. I didn't appreciate that. Because I sit by myself. I would get my food, sit at the table, and then eat, and then leave. And I guess I was eating fast because... I guess I was eating really fast because they were like, look at him, look at him. So I guess I'd just sit down, eat within like all my food in 3 minutes, and then get up. And that was their entertainment. Watching me scarf down my food. Oh, shucks. Then I'd go to the library or sit in the hallway. Or I'd just go back to the art class. My art teacher let me hang out in the art class during lunch. Huh, Slim Jim. I see you're a man of culture. Yeah. Mr. Super Ultimate says $16 is about right, but I paid $50 for mine online. That's cool. You're a professional artist. I guess more Mugen makers are most Mugen makers art. At the moment, yeah, voice acting and these commissions are how I'm making money. But if stuff gets real, you know, I'll just go to Walmart distribution center down the street and work some 12-hour days. But I really, this is like me just trying to make a living off my art at the moment. But you know, but but yeah, I just got savings at the moment. This is like, you know, leap of faith sort of stuff. But you know, okay, I think it's the ears. Just so I won't get a seizure. I guess I'll. But yeah, I've applied for a few things. Applied for Death Battle, to be a sprite animator for that. But they want you to. It's weird. Like if you watch Death Battle, when they do close-ups and stuff, they just draw really ugly drawings for their close-ups. It takes you out of the experience. You're watching pixel art, and then all of a sudden it's like this butt ugly drawing. It's like, yeah, it's animated. It's like really entertaining and stuff, but that drawing just threw me out of everything. It's really ugly. But I can actually, you know, draw pixel art. It won't take you out of the experience. It's like it's still pixel art, you know. But I apply for stuff and I never get a call back. So I guess I don't have the portfolio. Now that's why I don't know. I'm pretty impatient. That's my problem. I want to get better as an animator, where I can apply to stuff and have a demo reel and all that stuff. But I won't have a demo reel if I don't know. If I take the time to train, I think that you could get work with just your training, like your training videos that you post online, or if you're really good, if they are really well done, you can get work with those. I just want money. I don't know if it's money that's motivating me or just me getting older and I'm like impatient. I'm like, no, I want success now. And it's like, whatever. I guess I'll do the training videos. I'll upload bouncing ball and pendulum swings and all that stuff. And after a while, that could be my demo, I guess. My animation demo reel. But I really do want to do that contest. I'll reanimate Street Fighter, the animated movie's intro. At least at the moment, that's what I plan on doing. Because it's the scene that inspired me. Like I was already drawing and stuff, but as far as animation, that inspired me with animation. All right, let's take another look at this. Mr. Super Ultimate said, I'm sorry. Yeah, Mr. Super Ultimate says, I used to draw but gave up on that years ago. Want to make money off my music but can't anymore. Can you recommend me to one of your friends that pays for good music? I'm impatient too. I don't know anyone who buys music. It seems like all the musicians I know just give it away. I think it's more of an exposure thing, I guess. I don't know. My only suggestion is, well, okay, if you have a Twitter or something, let people know that you make music and then take commissions for music like you would with art. And the playlist thing, let people know that you have a music on your YouTube and encourage them to listen to it. And once you get that 1,000 subscribers, it should be a perpetual money machine. Just people listening to your music over and over and over and over and over. but you just got to let people know that you're around. It's the marketing aspect of art, which is something they don't tell you about in school. Like, man, I didn't know about a portfolio. I knew about portfolios because of advanced placement art, but they didn't treat it like as a way to get jobs. They used it as a way to get into schools for art. Like, I was originally, we got interviewed by the Art Institute of, I'll play this so you can watch something while I talk. Hey, that looks good. The Art Institute of Chicago, and I was like, wow, this is a great place. I didn't know they were going to go out of business. I don't know if they're still there, but some of those art institutes went out of business. And I wanted to go there, so I submitted applications to. I ended up going to UN. I got accepted to UNT, University of North Texas in Denton. I had a roommate assigned. I had a dorm. I talked to my roommate on MSN Messenger, Hotmail Messenger or something. Seemed like a okay guy. I think he liked anime too. But I went to the school, went through orientation, which was basically, you know, they show you around the school, talk about stuff. They say, you do this claw like a gang sign. That's the eagle sign for the football team. Woo, you get to go to the football teams for free. Yeah, you're going to be wearing green every day and whatever. Anyway, I went to the counselor and they said, what do you want to major in? And I was like, I just want to do art. I want to major in art. This is, what year was this? 2000 and... I think it was 2000. Yeah, 2007. I said, I want to major in art. And they were like, okay, no, wait, no. At first they were like, what do you want to major in? And I was like, art. And they're like, no, that's not really a major. What do you want to major in? I'm like, they said, come back later and we'll talk about it. I'm like, okay. So I walked on campus. I sat down. I was looking through the brochure and I was like, okay, media journalism, film journalism. I don't know. I didn't know. So weird. So I go back and they're like, I was like, media or was it? I think it was drawing and painting I wanted to major in. Yeah, I think I decided drawing and painting. I don't think they had an animation or film division in UNT. And they were like, okay, you'll need these. Well, you'll need these classes, and these classes, but these are all full. They're all taken. But if you take this semester, if you take the first semester, you'll be able to pre-register for the classes before anybody else can. And I was like, so all the classes for my major are filled up already? They were like, right. So I'll have to take a bunch of classes that aren't for my major before I can pre-register to take classes for my major? They're like, right. So I'm going to spend money for a whole semester just for the chance to actually register for a semester of this school? And they're like, exactly. And I was like, I'll think about it. And then I didn't go. It was horrible. I was so upset because I saved my money. I didn't use a grant or anything. It was money out of my own pocket from work. It was like a walk of shame or ride of shame away. And I was like, my parents they were like, that's ridiculous. No, but yeah, UTA, I could only afford one semester. But I actually went and I studied what I liked. 2D animation. Film and animation. Film class, 2D design, neoclassical Renaissance art history, and government, because I got a D in government, so I needed a higher grade. I got D in government at my local college, so I had to get it higher. I ended up getting a B, so that was cool. Anyway, yeah, I'm just rambling now. But there's 4 people still in there. But yeah, this is it. I guess tomorrow I'll render this out. Like this. No, I'll change the line. I'll change the line color, and then I'll render out the shading and stuff. That shouldn't take. I don't think it'll take too long. But yeah, this is good enough for a game attack. That's the standard of a game attack. It's just 6 frames, but 2 of them are just edits. And in the end, they're all edits. But once they're rendered, they're gonna look more unique. Like this is 2 frames, but that are edited, but they look fairly unique. But this is just the nature of the beast when it comes to game sprites. So I'll play this a little bit. Let me read comments. Mr. Super Ultimate says, I had that account and they banned me due to YouTubers' automation system that lets it upload on your behalf to Twitter each time a video is uploaded. I think YouTube... Yeah, they did. I know that when I use Restream, so when I stream, they give a notification that I'm streaming on Twitch, on my Twitter. But since I use Restream, I think Restream won't let me, or Twitch won't let me use Restream to duo stream. I think that's like not allowed. So if you go to my Twitch account right now, it's just a blank screen. But you could watch the video save of my stream. Like the stream I'm doing right now, it won't show live. It's like, I've used this example in my other stream. It's like Spaceballs. The Spaceballs the movie. What? You're watching this? And then it gets to now, and then it stops. Instead of being simultaneously. It's like, what are we watching? Now. What's that? Now. That was then. This is now. Anyway. Yeah. This weird. This streaming stuff's weird. I guess Twitch wants you to be exclusive, but I don't want to be exclusive because I really like the YouTube community. Oops. I like that all my videos are here, and I get. I just really like YouTube, but it's harder to get monetized on YouTube than it is on Twitch. So, man, I guess I'm. What is it called? Cutting your nose off despite your face. I think that's what they say. I'm just being stubborn. I should be on Twitch. I could get monetized on Twitch way easier. I don't know, I'm stuck on YouTube because I like YouTube more. Anyway, I've been streaming for 3 hours and 32 minutes. Not including the startup screen, so I'm going to wrap things up for the night. Just, I'm going to read your comment, respond, and then I'll go through everyone who commented tonight. But I appreciate there's 4 people here. I wish I could get a raid on Twitch, but I can't stream on Twitch live. Unless someone could help me with that. I've went through some settings and stuff, but I really do think that Twitch just doesn't want you to... I don't think they want you to duo stream. Mr. Super Ultimate says, the internet loves me as much as it hates me, it seems. I had bad luck all my life. Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that. You've got skills. You just need that. You need that opportunity. Like, hey, like you said, the Alpha 1 theme's going viral, so that's your chance. Just, you got to capitalize off of that, you know? Mr. Super Ultimate says, 4 people. It says 3 on my end. Maybe the 4th is my ex and she blocked me again. Well, at least you have an ex, you know? I don't have an ex. Mr. Super Ultimate says, so you saying the stream who live, but it's not? Like how stars in the sky we see are from light years ago? Yeah, kind of. Like, the light from a star took light years to get here. So if the star just didn't exist, we wouldn't know for years. It's kind of like how people said, oh, like that movie. Remember that? I think it was, what was the name of that movie? Bright? No, I think that's a superhero movie where a kid kills a bunch of people. Well, there's this movie where a bunch of scientists are trying to kickstart the sun, because the sun's going out or something. Oh, it's extinguishing. The sun's extinguishing. We got to reboot it with a bunch of nuclear bombs. And then I'm not going to give away the twist of that movie, but that doesn't make any sense because not only will you have no idea how big the sun actually is. Like they don't, most people don't have a concept of how big the sun actually is, and even if we had the power to do something like that, the light rays wouldn't get to Earth for a long time. So by the time we knew that the sun was about to go out, we wouldn't be able to do anything about it. So instead of thinking of a story where they reignited the sun, they would have had better luck doing a story where they just found a new location for Earth. And just, a new planet to populate Earth at, a safe place. That's more reasonable than reigniting the sun.
All right.
So I'd like to thank you, Mr. Super Ultimate, for gracing us with your music and your presence and your insight. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll have to go through your playlist again soon. So get that playlist ready, man. Get them all organized. Make a real big playlist, and then make some that are just specialized. And I think that'll help you out a lot. Just as someone who listens to music. Wrong mouse. Okay. I'd like to thank Lucas Lorenzo. Que yeah, that was in Spanish, right? Que porcentaje de Neko tienes eco? I know half of those words. I'm still using Duolingo. It's helping though. Thank you, for your interest in the project, and I appreciate you, sticking with me for the past 7 years on this, or as long as I've been showing it on YouTube. But yeah, man, you got to plan your characters, plan them. Don't be like me. Barrow Club says hello. Oh, this is a long time ago. Thank you, Barrow Club, for showing up. Just even saying hello is enough. Just like Misan, thank you. I got a little more interaction out of Misan. Misan's interested in Pilaf and Neko, and yeah, I appreciate just taking the time to be here and just stopping by and saying hello. I'd like to thank Fred. Yeah, thank you, Fred, for being here. And of course, Jeff Potts, who's a great writer. He has great insight. He has great books. There's an audio sample of this first chapter that I did on his YouTube. So if you want to hear me read his fantasy book, the first chapter, that's there. But if you want to actually buy the fantasy book, there's a way better narrator there. He has like a really intriguing voice. Think about my narration or just reading in general. I do character work, but this guy's just a storyteller. He's an awesome storyteller. So, his book is called The Revenant and the Tomb. You can listen to the sample on Jeff Potts' page, and you can buy it on, I think, Amazon. Yeah, I've been trying to get into audiobooks, but it's the profit sharing and the percentages and stuff, and the commitment and editing and time. It's wild, man. You have no idea how. Well, I'm sure if you've ever read a book just for pleasure, you know how time consuming it is. Now think of doing that out loud without skipping or like stuttering over your sentences and reading in character, and then going back, taking out all the puffs into the microphone and breaths or smacks. And then making sure everything's quiet and then leveling all the sounds. That's how hard it is to do audiobooks. And that's usually just for a percentage of the profits. I think the audiobook person, the narrator gets 40% of the profits from audiobooks, and the author gets 60%. So it's profit sharing right there. And if you read for a book that's not popular, you know, like like if it was Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones or something, that's probably like 500, 600 pages. And that probably be half a year or a full year of you reading and editing and reading and editing and reading and editing. And, but it will probably pay off because people will be looking forward to that book, and people don't like reading, so they listen to you, and then you get a cut of that, and you be making bank. But that's a year of your life just to get 40% of an audiobook pay. What I was interested in trying out was a children's book, but the children's book, I think they said it takes it would be an hour and a half read. So for me, that reading that and then reading it in character, then editing it, it probably would take me about a month, because I'm a slow reader. And the whole reason I'm a slow reader is because I actually do, when I read mentally, it's like an audiobook in my mind. So yeah, it takes a while. Even children's books, man. The Abbott program as a kid, man, that was something. Anyway, thank you everybody. Let me check the last comments from Mr. Super Ultimate. All right. He says, that's too much to wrap my mind around. It's like you're saying this stream knew I would be a part of it without really knowing. I'll make a better list based on your way of using it. Thanks. Oh, no problem. Yeah, I will come back to it. I usually like hang around like new musicians. Like Mr. Super Ultimate came here with his Sonic music. It's just chill Sonic music. It's like he took remixes of themes and just slowed them down, used mellow music. And yeah, somebody said the only negative comment I got about his music was, man, sounds like you're playing Ice Cream Man music. Why are you playing the ice cream truck music? I was like, it actually kind of does sound like ice cream truck music, don't it? But I liked it. I played it for at least a few streams. I still, you know, it's good for like conversation stuff. Mr. Super Ultimate says, it means a lot you played my Kaiba theme because most people hate it and I like it. That means a lot to me. I appreciate your help. Oh, no problem. Like I said, the Yu-Gi-Oh guy died. The author died. So I did it for you and I did it for him. So, you know, I appreciate that you appreciate it. But yeah, this is the end of the stream, isn't it? So let me go to the face cam, I guess. Mr. Super Ultimate said, I wanted to remix Ice Cream. There's not that many. That's about it, right? Sorry, my allergies again. And okay, I'll go to my face cam. I can find it. I'll just slide in and grab this. No, wait, it's more like here, right? All right. Thank you all for being here. This is the end of the stream. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on in my life. And usually when stuff like this happens, the thing that gets me out of, you know, thinking about negative stuff is just working and making art. So I'm going to try to focus on this channel and creating stuff and applying to stuff and just getting those demos and that portfolio ready and, you know, entering contests and doing some training. I've got to train my art. I'm weak. I need to strain. I need to get strong. I need a strong portfolio. I need a strong background. You know, I can't go on, you know, just wanting something. I have to go for it, you know. Mr. Super Ultimate says, I didn't know that said I was a Yu-Gi-Oh fan. Yeah, yeah. Man, people are just dropping like flies, man. The past 3 years have been like trash. 2019 was bad for me. So bad for me that 2020, that was nothing, you know. Social distancing, staying away from people, washing your hands frequently. I was born for that. Anyway, thank you all. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you when I see you. I'll say that. But until next time, be seeing you. Stay out of trouble.